If we go to question 85. Question 85 says, name some of the marks that were put upon the Moors of northwest Amexem by the European nations in 1774. Answer, Negro, black, colored, and Ethiopian. Question 86. Negro, a name given to a river in West Africa because it contains black water. Question 87. What is meant by the word black? Black, according to science, means death. Question 88. What does the word colored mean? Colored means anything that has been painted, stained, varnished, or dyed. What does the word Ethiopian mean? Ethiopian means something divided. Can a man be Negro, black, colored, or Ethiopian? No. Why? Because man is made in the image and after likeness of God Allah. What title does Satan give himself? God. We need to find the meaning of the word white. White means purity, purity means God, and God means ruler of the land. To whom do we refer to at times as the great God? Allah. Is the devil made in the image and after the likeness of Allah? No. He is the shadow of our lower selves and will pass away. Who made the devil? Elohim. Who is Elohim? Elohim is the 7 creative spirits that created everything that ever was, is, and evermore shall be. What is Elohim sometimes called? The 7 eyes of Allah. How many days are in a circle? 7 days. How many days are in creation? 7 days. According to science, how many days in a year? 7 days. So the 7's in there that he talks about. He talks about why we can't accept these brands, this Negro, black, and colored brand.
You mean a week?
Pardon?
That's a typo error there. How many days are in a year?
Yeah, in a year, it's not a typo. Because how many days in a year? If we're dealing on a spiritual level, right? And we're dealing with the Elohim, which are the 7 spirits, which signify the 7 days of the week as well. How many days are in a year? Really and truly.
Or
Okay.
if it's spiritual, then it's 7.
Yeah, and that's what we're dealing with.
Okay.
It has to be 7 because those 7 days keep repeating, so it's the same 7 days every week. So there are only 7 days in a year
Wow.
when you really break it down.
Wow.
Right. And
That makes sense.
not only that, there's 52 weeks in a year, which is still 7.
5 plus 2.
So regardless, it's 7.
Which is also the 7 rolling planets.
Right? And this is 1913. Like, this is like metaphysics at its highest level. This is the information that the Freemasons say is the information that they have secret in their society that they know and you can't know about it. Like, this is what it is. Because the G in the thing, in the compass and the square, is 7 in the circle, which is what Noble Drew Ali brought. And it's right there. The enemy's using it, and then we're still abandoning it. And then when it's given to us, and we still abandon it. Right? So when you go through this little pamphlet, he gives you things, we were talking about this in last class, that he's a metaphysician, he's a scientist. Everything that he does is on a spiritual level. Right? And the reason why it's question and answer, how it is, how long did he teach? 18 years. What did Jesus say that will make you free? Truth. What is truth? Truth is art. What is art? Art is Allah. Can truth change? Truth cannot change or pass away. What other names do we give truth to truth? Holy breath. Right? It's a question and answer, which is one-on-one. And then this is called the 101 Quran questions for Moorish Americans. And then one-on-one is 101 that they have with high school and all that. Because it all has to do with you learning your own stuff. But if you don't know what you're looking at, you're going to think you're sending your child to the B system to go learn, when really your child should be going in there and forcing change in there based on what they know. And when teacher doesn't do what they're supposed to do, file a lawsuit and get that teacher out. Because they're not teaching your child this and about all this in public school, they don't deserve to be a teacher. Because this is the foundation of you even being a teacher. Like how don't you know the foundation of how you're at the job that you're at right now? You think it's just like the school board or CIDC or McDonald's or whatever, like that's the first time they started doing that stuff? Like they grafted themselves onto this for years, that it's trickled down to now being McDonald's and businesses and all. But at one time it was only governments. Like everybody was a government. Like the individual was his own government. That you can have interchange with different people that have different governmental needs that you need for your government. And then those people come together and they form a nation. And all that was taken away by these guys saying that they are wanting to implement some democracy. And where we were reading before, what does colored mean? Colored means anything that has been painted, stained, varnished, or dyed. Right? Why do you paint, stain, varnish, or dye something? To hide the thing that's under it.
Colors of law different.
Right. You know, and then the spiritual perspective of color being stained, painted, is fake or fictitious, artificial. So if colored means artificial from a law perspective, then what are you saying about yourself if you say you're a colored person? And you're founding some colored organization to help the colored people, and then there's people that are getting down with you. All you guys are admitting that you're fake now. And then trying and going to get funding that you're gonna get, and you're gonna be condemning the same people that's giving you the funding for being racist and being whatever they are. And for doing whatever, doing this, doing that, well, yeah, give me 10 G's and I'll just, you know what I mean? Chill over here and it's all right. Or give me a nice car. Put me on cribs. And I'll shut up about all this stuff. Because even in this, the pale European Freemasons, there's people who look like us that want to be down with those guys. And then they call those guys Prince Hall Freemasons. And then Prince Hall is connected to Ben Bay, who is Benjamin Banneker, who is the Moor that designed Washington, D.C., which is where these guys say is their capital.
And who they call who? What do they call him? Ben Franklin.
And they call him Ben Franklin too.
Franklin or something like that.
To hide him in history.
My God.
Just like George Washington, who they say is the first president of this. Washington comes from Washita, which is a Moorish name from this land. So they know what they're dealing with. We're the ones that's been in the dark. And then the prophet came to take you out of the darkness, which is the blackness, the Negro, the colored, the Ethiopian, into the marvelous light, which is the whiteness, which is the heads, the de jure, the obverse of the government. And it's in the Circle 7, it's in this literature, it's in all this literature, and nobody is fessing up to what's going on. Everybody wants you to die trying, to benefit from this, right? Because don't think that we say, like if we say that the Moorish movement that Prophet Muhammad founded is not a group, it's not an organization, and we don't qualify what it is, you're going to be coming into this with a misconcept of what this is. And then you're going to exercise something, and then the beast is going to clamp down on you, and you're not going to know how to get out of it. Because you thought this was just something that you were, oh, these guys are saying that, so I'm just going to go to the store and just get one of these, and then now I can say it on more, and nobody's not going to touch me. Like, it doesn't work like that. Like, they're coming at you 50 times harder now. You thought you were getting it before? Now you get it now.
Worse.
Where just because you're saying that you're a Moor, there's people coming to your house that you don't know, knocking on your door and giving you fake tickets. That if you don't pay this, we're going to suspend your driver's license.
Excellent, thank you.
And then you're like, oh man, my driver's license is suspended, I can't do nothing, or whatever the case is. When it was our getting involved with it, why we're getting it like that. But that doesn't mean that that's superior, because it has us in this position of not knowing where to move, not knowing how to navigate, right? And then not knowing how to navigate, because navigation has to do with the Moors, who were the first boat people. And then you can go watch any like old Sidney Poitier movie, and they got them fezzes and all that kind of stuff. But they're making a mockery of it. They're making a joke out of it. Like movies upon movies. Brothers in fezzes, sisters in fezzes, Europeans in fezzes. Everybody's wearing fezzes or whatever, but it's like some comedy thing.
Like yesterday I saw Family Guy, fezzes.
Like Family Guy has fezzes on there, right? So Family Guy knows about fezzes. Like Family Guy knows about fezzes. And that's some pale Europeans that are telling the truth on TV, millions of people, and they're not even gonna question, why is this guy wearing this thing like what the Masons wear? In a cartoon that they're showing on TV at 9 o'clock at night.
They did a very similar thing on The Simpsons, where when Homer was going to be going to New York, it was a trip going to New York. Bart held up a magazine where it had the two towers and it said 9/11 on it.
Yeah.
Right? And this is way before 9/11 happened.
Wow, eh?
Right.
And so it's called hidden in plain sight.
Right.
The easiest way to hide something is right in plain sight.
Yeah.
Right.
You can see it.
Right. And if you can only see something in plain sight, then you're blind. You're supposed to be able to see way down there.
Sure.
Only an owl can see everything.
Like if you could only see this, and you can't see nothing else, you're a blind person. And if you're blind, you're in blindness. And if you're in blindness, you set yourself up. Because you don't have no pride to say, I need to hold a hand over here because I'm blind. You want to try to prove you're being able to adapt to blindness by walking down the stairs. Right? Not knowing that the stairs are there. Because you didn't see them from when the stairs were way down there. All you can see is just this. And then you get to the stairs and you fall down the stairs, break your ankle, and then the devil did it, or the government did it, the Illuminati did it, when it's you not honoring your own stuff. Because all this has to do with the seven, which has to do with the 7 Hermetic principles, which is the universal laws that governs everything in the universe, and Earth's part of that. So everything on Earth.